Hello, YouTube family. I missed you guys. It's amazing. I don't do this for a couple of days, and it's like, I've got so much to say. I'm Patty Jackson. I am your auntie of pop culture. I love to say it's not cute not knowing, and now you're going to know. And we start off with a hug before we getting to know, so come on in. I missed you guys. I really did. I did a little something different with my nails. I got this inspiration from Patti LaBelle. But then I realized when you have blue, it doesn't match everything. But I said I'm just gonna have to be unmatched for the rest of the week. But I want to do something a little different. It's not cute not knowing, and now we're gonna know. The new season of NCIS Hawaii kicks off February the 12th. LL Cool J is returning his character of Sam Hanna. Well, for a holiday weekend, who didn't get in trouble? This was one of those weekends, lawsuits after lawsuits after lawsuits. Why now, you may ask? Because the statute of limitation is coming up very soon in New York. Got about another month in California. You're going to see lawsuits flying. Diddy, he was hit with 2 more lawsuits, and one of them involved singer Aaron Hall. Aaron Hall been bragging on himself, telling on himself for years. He had this record, Don't Be Afraid. And he's been known and he's been locked up for his abuse of women. Jamie Foxx slapped with a lawsuit for groping. Cuba Gooding Jr., again, groping. Rocker, Axl Rose, sexual assault. Jimmy Iovine, one of the most important figures in the music business, he was hit with a lawsuit. You're going to hear a lot more. Some people could say, oh, it's a money grab. Others, not so much. I really think somebody at Lifetime is sitting up saying right now, Surviving Diddy is coming. I really do. I think that, he may have gotten off this time, but people are going to start digging deeper and deeper and deeper. But an amazing weekend. And people say, why does it happen? And this is not victim blaming. But young women must be careful. Situations, parties they go to, how they dress. Not that how you dress or how scantily you dress is an excuse for someone groping you. But some people think that glitz and glamour and success is everything, and it's not. Because in a lot of cases, there is a lot of abuse of men and women. You have to be aware that everybody don't have good intentions. And stardom is not all that it's cracked up to be. I think far too often, and it dates back decades, people have gotten away with sexual abuse. Like it's just a given. And people don't know how to handle the power that they're in, so they abuse it. More lawsuits are going to be filed. More lawsuits. This is just the beginning. I don't know what's going on with Tiffany Haddish, but she needs help. She insists she doesn't have a drinking problem, but this has been the second time in a year's period that she's been arrested for driving under the influence. Cops found her passed out in the car. She proceeded to go on to these comedy shows and joke about it. But Tiffany, there's nothing funny about driving under the influence. You can harm somebody. You can harm yourself. I think her career is on a downslide. Those Aries Spears allegations with those kids, breaking up with Common, that obviously hurt her very bad. And I guess her own behavior. Even I'm beginning to say, she a bit too much. She a bit too much at shows, and it's just like, baby, calm down. It's like she wants to be seen and heard, and you can tell that there's something underlying going on with her, that she can't find happiness. And her career, She burst on in 2016, and then it was like as soon as they built her up, they tore her down. Some things were at her own doing. You know what I say? Don't give a person a stick to beat you over the head with, because they're going to beat you over the head with it. But I think the movie roles that have been pouring in for her are not pouring in, and people are not wanting to be bothered with that. And with the second DUI, they're going to start moonwalking away. And I think she's going to have to be careful. And she's going to have to admit she needs help. She says, I don't have a drinking problem. Well, you acting like you got a drinking problem? She needs help. I don't know if she has the right people in her life. Will she listen? But this is it's sad. Because the end game could wind up being very tragic. But Tiffany Haddish thinks she needs help. Eddie Murphy, as he accepted his Griot Award over the weekend. Did you guys see it? I love that. The best. I didn't get a chance to watch it all. I've been watching it in pieces. Eddie Murphy said, I'm so glad my wife let me out of the house. Did Eddie Murphy marry the mother of his 2 youngest children? Sounds like it. They've been engaged forever. Maybe he's just throwing it around. Or maybe they did get married. Eddie Murphy's new holiday movie with Tracy Ellis Ross, Candy Cane Lane. It starts streaming on Friday. Also on Friday, Beyonce, the Renaissance movie. It's finally going to hit theaters. Pull out your silver. Gosh, Beyonce looks so different at the LA premiere with the platinum hair, and I'm already ready. I got my little silver nail there. But bring out the silver and get ready. This is a deal that Beyonce negotiated, not with the studios, but with the theaters, AMC theaters. Much in the vein of how Taylor Swift did her Eras Tour. Taylor Swift Eras Tour is going to be available on video on demand on her birthday, December 13th. I see Beyonce following the same pattern. So for those who say, I don't want to go to movies, it's coming out next year on video, so you'll have it in your home. What is going to be very telling about this, Beyonce really takes you behind the scenes of her life and the making of this Renaissance and her family. And her daughter, Blue Ivy, caught such slack when she went up there and performed with her mom. It started in London. And the fact that this was her first time on stage, she was a little stiff. People didn't cut her any slack, and y'all know how cruel people can be. She read those comments. She read the negative remarks. And you know what it did? It fueled something in her. It made her say, I'm going to go out there and do better every night. And she did. It became to the point that as the tour neared the end, you saw this vast improvement with Blue Ivy. It was like she was the star of the show, and she was so much better. But just goes to show you someone's mean-spiritedness and hate can actually serve as a fuel to fuel you. Like, give them haters something to hate on. Y'all gonna hate on the kid? Give them haters something to hate on and continue to shine and do better. And this is exactly what Blue Ivy did. I am so excited. Renaissance hit theaters on Friday. Also this weekend, it's Thriller at 40. Michael Jackson's iconic Thriller album celebrating its 40th anniversary. It's going to be streaming a documentary from music historian Nelson George, Paramount Plus, Showtime, Michael Jackson's Thriller. He sits down with will.i.am, Mary J. Blige, Usher, Mark Ronson. Those where Michael Jackson's influence was there. Thriller at 40 debuts this Saturday. The Kennedy Center Honors are on Sunday. Gloria Estefan is going to be hosting as they salute Queen Latifah, Dionne Warwick, Barry Gibb of the Bee Gees, Billy Crystal, opera singer Renee Fleming. It's going to be a night. Kennedy Center Honors is one of them high things. I'm so glad for Aunt Dionne, but she's going to be honored. We remember singer Jean Knight. She had the 1971 hit Mr. Big Stuff. They said her song goes down in history as one of the greatest one-hit wonders. A one-hit wonder is when the song is so big that nothing could match that particular song. It came out in 1971. She was a staple on Soul Train, and she was sharp. It was like the bigger the hair, the sassier she was. But Jean Knight, she passed over the weekend. She was 80 years old. Mr. Big Stuff, which was a big, big hit. Daryl Hall and John Oates. I got the scoop on what's going on. Daryl Hall put a restraining order against John Oates. Late 70s and the 80s, Hall and Oates was the group. Sarah Smiles, she's gone. I can't go for that. Man Eater. Your Kiss is on my list. They just had hits. So what happened with the group? We're not officially split up, but they don't perform together. Daryl Hall was like, I'm the brains of that group. It's my creativity. Apparently, Daryl Hall doesn't want John Oates to share any of his shares to one of these private investment firms. You know, these firms go around, they're buying up artists' music. David Bowie, Prince, Isley Brothers, Luther Vandross. Well, Daryl Hall says, I regret what I did 16 years ago, and that was just a little portion. Daryl Hall says, I want to own my own music. I don't want to sell it to nobody. John is like, I need some money. I'm ready to sell my portion. But Daryl Hall is like, no, you won't. I'm the creative force behind the music of Hall & Oates. So that's why there's this incredible friction between the two. Color Purple movie musical. It hits theaters on Christmas Day. The soundtrack is coming out December 15th. Guess who's on it? Alicia Keys, Mary J. Blige, Black Thought, Megan Thee Stallion, Her, Usher, Keisha Cole, Mary, to name a few. They're all featured on this soundtrack. Jamie Foxx and his daughter, Corinne, they were supposed to do this Fox game show, We Are Family. But because of scheduling conflicts, they're saying Jamie can't do it. He will still be the executive producer of this game show, but it's going to star Anthony Anderson and his mama Doris. They're going to be hosting. It debuts on Fox January 3rd. Let's get back to the Griot Awards. I loved the Patti LaBelle tribute to Mariah Carey. You had Boyz II Men up there singing. They look fabulous. Coco Jones, Jennifer Hudson. Oh my God. That woman proves she is the EGOT because she came on that stage and did her thing. I think Byron Allen's Griot Awards is one of the best award shows that's on. I look forward to it every year, celebrating Black excellence. And some people said some of the speeches were cut off. Job, it probably was 4 hours that whole night, and they had to whittle it down to 2. Then you think about all the commercials that you got to run. So it's not like they were cutting people's speeches deliberately. It's all in the editing, and had to cut what they can to get it down to 2 hours. Soul Train Awards also aired and wait. I didn't know most of the people that were performing. Okay, I knew T-Pain. I know Janelle Monáe, but some of the people I didn't know. I knew Coco Jones, and of course SWV, one of my favorites. But the majority of them, I was like, and who are you? And who are you? So it was kind of different. Then they had it outside. I don't know where they were, but it was windy as hell. Keke Palmer, was the host of the Soul Train Awards last night. It's not cute not knowing, as you could tell, I'm desperately holding on to my voice. I'm going to read Papa Halls right now. And the Arctic blast is coming to the East Coast. So I'm going to have to wrap myself up like I'm the mummy. But I'm like a Jeffrey Osborne record. We are holding on. So I hope that you were able to hear some of the things that I was talking about today. But I missed you guys. I did. I can go without doing this for a couple of days, and I'm like, oh, I got to talk about this and this and this. And we are heading into a great, great weekend. It's not cute not knowing, and now we know. Subscribe to the channel. That way, you don't miss anything. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you, and give us a thumbs up if you like the video. So glad that we are back together again. In the words of Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway over that holiday break, it's not cute not knowing. And now you're caught up, and now you know. I'm Patty Jackson. I am your auntie of pop culture.